What's going on, guys? I'm back again with another updated tutorial on how to find sensitivities that suit you for recoil control, because everybody's are different. There's not one that suits all. Anyways, if you enjoy the video, please consider liking and subscribing. And if you want, I do stream on Twitch randomly, but the link to my Twitch channel will be in the description. Stop in, show some love, whatever. Anyways, let's get to it. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is come to one of these areas right here where there's like a bunch of pillars you can look at. It doesn't have to be this exactly, just something kind of like that where you have several pillars spaced out apart. Then you're going to go open up your spawn tool by holding down select. And for this, I'm using the ace. I think this is a really good weapon to do this with. Grab the ace, grab you a red dot, and armor and a backpack so you can hold a ton of ammo. I'm going to open your settings, and we're going to go ahead and, for the purpose of this video, I'm going to reset all my settings. Choose the controller button preset that you like, and set my dead zones all the way to 0. It's going to be the same for both the dead zones. This what I'm going to tell you to do. But I don't mess with my left stick dead zone because I have no drift at all. But if you have stick drift and your character is moving, like walking without you putting an input, you would do the same thing for the left stick dead zone as you would for the right stick dead zone. Anyway, so I turn those down, and you can notice how my cursor is slowly moving, which means I need to increase my right stick dead zone due to stick drift. So I go up by just increments of 2. Do it. Move your controller around just a bit, see, and it's still got a little bit of drift there. See it right there. So go back to my settings, increase it by 2 again. You notice here in a second I still have a little bit of drift. Go back, change it up again by 2, and I'm pretty sure that got rid of my drift. I don't see any more drift anymore. Oh no, there's a little bit. So, and I only had a little tiny bit, so I just rose it by 1, and I don't see drift anymore, so that feels pretty good. Now what we're trying to find is our general sensitivity at this point. You go from that pillar to that pillar to that pillar, and you're trying to hit each pillar without overshooting or undershooting. Oh, one other thing, I recommend turning aim acceleration off. It tends to mess me up with my aim. I like a fluid motion. I don't like it to speed up or slow down. If you need to catch up with the target, just stop aiming at the target and use your general sensitivity to catch back up to it. It's personal preference. What you're going to be doing is you're going to aim at a pillar, then you're going to stop aiming, try to jump to the second pillar and aim at that pillar. Stop aiming, jump to the third pillar and aim at that pillar. You want to be able to jump on target with each pillar pretty quickly. So you'll see me do it right here, aim, and then you want to stop aiming and try to jump to the next pillar. To me, my sensitivities feel a little slow. So for this one, we're going to go up by 5s. No, it seems like quite a bit, but you'll see. And I had some kind of weird glitch there where I kept throwing my cursor to the right when I stopped aiming. See, that feels pretty good. I feel like I'm a little slow still. Well, I'm going to raise it just a little more. So it's pretty close, so I'm not going to go up by 5 this time. I'm going to go up by 1. Again. See, I feel like I'm overshooting now a little bit. So keep practicing, because sometimes you'll try to control it, but you want to see where you consistently are landing. So I'm going to lower it by half, because I know 10 felt slow, 11 felt fast. You can see I'm actually staying pretty close to target. You can even go further than what I'm doing and go by 0.1s too. But I felt pretty comfortable with this, so I'm going to stick with 10.5. One more thing in the settings is I like to keep my over-the-shoulder aiming the same as my general sensitivity. It just feels good. You may like it a little higher, a little lower, but I like to keep it the same. Anyways, now on to the next one. Here, I want you to, you're going to go down into the practice range, and if you don't know where that's at, just look on your map, and it's a crosshair, and they're inside these bunkers. Pretty easy to spot. And what we're going to be doing here is we're going to be finding your initial sensitivity for your red dot. And this is where this is going to make our starting point. And I want you to aim at that second target. And what you're trying to do is you're just trying to follow that target as well as you can. You don't have to be perfect. You're just trying to get pretty close. Just trying to track your target. Now I feel off a little bit. I feel like I was trying to went a little too quick for me. I'm gonna lower by 0.5. You're in for this whole part. We're gonna be doing by 0.5s for the beginning part. Yeah, I feel like I'm tracking a little better. Once you feel pretty good with your tracking, come over to here. You're gonna need to make sure your target's set to 50, and we're going to be working on your vertical sensitivity multiplier. It initially starts off at 100, so you want to aim at your target, and you're going to just do a natural pull down as you shoot. Don't try to control it, just what feels natural as you pull down to shoot. You may need to try several times to get a feel for it, but just do what feels natural. Now if you're shooting real low like I am, it means your pull down is causing you need to lower your vertical sensitivity multiplier. You're pulling down too much, so go by 10s. Still pulling down some. I'll try again, make sure I'm doing it right. Yep, still pulling down. So we're gonna go by 10 again. Now you're gonna try multiple times. That felt a lot better. Once it feels pretty good to you, you're going to go ahead and reset the target. Now, you may need to change it even more than by 10s, as like, say you went from 80 to 70 like I did, and now 70 feels like you're shooting too high, and you're shooting above your target now, then go back up by like 5, and just adjust by small bits here and there until you stay on target pretty well. For most of your shots need to stay within inside the big circle, and you're looking for a score of around 20 right now. So we've already adjusted our sensitivity, vertical multiplier sensitivity. Now let's check what our score is. .21. So that's good, but we'll try again just to make sure. .18, pretty close to 20. We'll take it. Right here, it's just some quick settings I forgot to mention. Your forward running sensitivity, I mean, it's kind of self-explanatory, but if the higher the value, it easy it is to start running forward. And I like to keep mine on about 30, 35 actually. And movement sensitivity is like you'd have to put the higher it is, it's real small adjustments to your left stick to actually start walking instead of running. I like mine very high because more often than not, I'm not really crouching around and hiding. I'm sprinting across a field or trying to get from door to door. So I like it really high so I can take off running really quick. So I keep it at like 75. And I turn vibrations off. I recommend y'all do it too. It's just a distraction. You don't need it. So now you're going to go ahead and grab all the sights we're going to be working with, the 2 times, the 3 times, 4 times, and 6 times. So I'd messed up and accidentally didn't record me doing my adjustments to the 2 times. But it's going to be the same concept with all of these scopes, so just apply the same thing to the 2 times. So we moved on to the 3 times, and I'm shooting high, so it means I need to raise my 3 times. I'm going to need to raise my 3 times by 0.5. Go down, raise it by 0.5. And then try again, reset it. Still shooting high. I recommend doing more than 1 burst, so make sure you're doing it right. Still shooting high. Go by 0.5 again. And you're going to be doing this for every scope. You're looking for a score somewhere around 20. It can be one or 2 points low or any amount of points higher. If you shoot too high, if your aims or bullets are going too high, you need to raise your sensitivity. If they go too low, you need to lower your sensitivity. You're going to do this with every scope, and I'm just going to go ahead and do a quick little fast forward through this part until we get to the next part. You just remember, do this with each scope until we get to the 6x, which is this an extra little step you need to take with the 6x. But once you get to your 6x, when you aim in, zoom it all the way out. It'll give you the best recoil control with an assault rifle. Still high, so we're gonna raise our sensitivity. Now for me, this one was a little weird. Kept getting the same, about the same high recoil with almost every shot until I got pretty high. I got 20 there, but I didn't feel comfortable with it, so I wanted to try again. And I just kept raising by increments of 5 until I felt comfortable with my recoil control with the 6x. And I'm going to go ahead and skip this part because it wound up being quite high. And I believe 9.5 is where I started feeling kind of comfortable. Now, once you've gotten all your settings, all your sensitivities set to your 0.5 increments, where you feel pretty good with them, and you're hitting around the 20 point marker most of the time, go ahead and completely equip your weapon. Put a vertical grip on it. Don't do the magazine because you want to keep the same amount of shots. Compensator and the tactical stock. And what we're going to do now is we're going to work backwards from the 6x down to the red dot, and we're changing. Now we're only changing our sensitivities by about 0.1 or 0.2. You're looking to get a score closer to 30 now with each one. As long as it's 25 and above. The closer to 30, the better. And for me, for some reason, the 4x is harder to control than the 6x zoomed out. Tend not to use the 4x very much. But that one felt pretty good where it was at. Especially since I don't tend to use it. But here's the 3x. Okay, but I kind of felt like I didn't like it too much. I tried again, and I felt like it was just slightly higher than I would want it. So we're gonna go and change it by, I think, 0.2 is what I think I should do. And see, that felt much better. That's why I prefer the 3x over the 4x too. Consistently staying close to the 30 range. And that's what you're looking for. Now the 2x. I still felt like I was shooting just a little too much with it. I was pulling down too much. Felt much better there. And consistency is the key. If you can get a consistent roundabout number, like within 4 to 5 points, you're looking pretty good. That was me just messing up. I pulled down too hard at first. And there we have it. That felt really good. I didn't have to adjust, but maybe one or just two of them, just the 3x and 2x. Now, piece of advice: if you can, always crouch when you shoot. It will increase your recoil will be a lot better. Crouching reduces recoil by quite a bit, and that'll do it for sensitivity settings. Thanks for watching.